If we hadn't come to Bobath back when he was just a few months old, I think his quality of life today would be significantly reduced.
Better Start, Better Future is our early intervention programme. So it's aimed at children who have or are suspected of having cerebral palsy. So it's quite an intense intervention that occurs from as soon as they're born or referred to us and carries on till they're 2.5 years old.
That early start can help them perhaps with learning to sit a little bit better so that they can play with their toys, so that can help them learn. It maybe will help them communicate a little bit more easily, and then those things will have knock-on effects for their later life as well.
We self-referred William here when he was just a few months old, which is not really the usual process. And it's made all the difference.
William's the inspiration for Better Start, really. When he came along and we were able to see him quite early, you could see what the difference was making and how we needed to really to see him more often than perhaps we would have done under our other models. So it got us thinking, you know, linking that with the research and all we were hearing about that plastic stage of the nervous system. We really felt we should, without having the funding or any of the structure in place, just get on and start a service for these children that really need it at that age.
We have ongoing support and therapy on the NHS, but when we come here, they're just on a different level completely, and the intensity and the specialism and the knowledge that they have, it just makes such a difference to William.
Therapy tends to be through play, and play is the occupation of children of this age, so we're very much doing what is for them functional tasks. But the other important thing about play and playfulness and enjoying what they're doing, and they don't feel they're coming for therapy, they come and play, is that's one of the things that helps your nervous system make connections.
The occupational therapists and physiotherapists who work here, they're just fantastic. They're so just brilliant at what they do. They're so knowledgeable, they're so kind and so dedicated to these children.
All our parents are involved in the treatment sessions, actively involved, and they also have a home programme to go away with and practice at home, which is a home programme that they've practiced in the sessions here, that they feel is going to be relevant for them and that they can actually manage at home.
William's been in for a few blocks of therapy, so 4 or 5 days a week, and following every block of therapy, he does something significant, like crawl or sit, things which we, you know, wondered if he would ever be able to manage.
It might be that with one child, they're having some difficulties around feeding and swallowing, but with another child, it might just be, you know, walking up the stairs 1 foot after the other. So a huge range of difference, but all those children's needs are equally important, really, to that family in their context.
He goes to school, mainstream school, you know, and he's very independent, and I just think that would never, ever, we would never be where we are now without Bobath.
I mean, it's lovely seeing William now. He's up on his feet, running around and, you know, getting into everything. And I think for us, that's reflecting back, it's a very positive experience seeing him able to do those things when we look back to the little boy we first saw that we weren't quite sure we'd be able to achieve that. So, yeah, seeing William is a very positive thing for us to say, yeah, we're doing the right thing. What we would really like to be able to do as an organisation is continue meeting the needs of these young children, but then be able to manage and meet their needs across their lifespan, so that Bobath becomes a specialist centre for cerebral palsy in Wales and is able to meet the needs of all ages of individuals with cerebral palsy.
I dread to think of how his life would be if we hadn't come here, because they have made such a significant difference to his potential. I mean, there was a point where we didn't think he would sit up unaided. Nobody would commit in the early days as to whether he would walk. And he's just surpassed all our expectations. And it's all down to these guys here.